Okay, here we go. Here we are, and basically we're going to talk to
me, Mark Gibbons.
Mark Gibbons, really fantastic artist from my GW days and stuff. He's done lots of other things since then. We'll go into that in some more details.
All right, thank you.
What is your favourite board game you've not worked on?
Well, straight out of the gate, you're going to hit me with something like that. Oh man, I don't know. I mean, I tend to go towards the classics, the Talisman, you know, something like that. It's anything of that great sort of great fantasy. I mean, Cards Against Humanity would have been fun if they ever want to do like a pictogram version of that. That might be cool.
I think they're looking to do one of those.
Are they?
Yeah, I think they're doing a picture version.
Hook me up.
We've seen it on the internet. So
have you?
That must be true. That's how it works.
Somebody's already done it then, yeah. It's always the way.
Yeah, which intellectual property that you haven't worked on before would you most like to look up with?
Basically, yeah.
It's all about the things I failed to do in my life. It's all about the
this is the thing we want to know.
The goals I've failed to reach.
Interview on the D6G, so I know the things you've sort of
Oh, okay.
So I thought we'd try the other things.
What IP would you like to work on?
Dungeons and Dragons, I think, honestly, because I mean, you know, having worked for most of the, been fortunate enough to work for most of the big sort of brands in fantasy. Obviously with Games Workshop, and with Blizzard, and having done Diablo and StarCraft and World of Warcraft, League of Legends most recently, I suppose. Privateer Press, I've done War Machine stuff. Even worked with Grenadier back in the day. I've done stuff for FASA. D&D is the one girl that never, you know what I mean? That one girl you lusted after as a teenager. The first girl you ever fell in love with was Dungeons and Dragons, and she was never called.
Never thought about Magic or any of those sort of things, like.
Magic would be cool too.
It's all part of the same brand now.
It is now.
Just get in with one of them, and then just.
And I know a bunch of Magic artists. I could probably, you know, give them a nudge and say, hey, hook a brother up.
I'll draw a land. I don't mind.
Yeah, fine, whatever you want to do. Yeah, a really little prop, a little, you know, I don't mind. I'll do anything.
So, which of your pieces of artwork would you most like to go back and redo or update?
That actually has been something I've been thinking about lately, because I was at Adepticon back in April, and people were coming up and talking, and I had a selection of my old work, particularly old workshop stuff there, and a couple of people were coming up and asking me, or telling me what their favourite pieces were, and it's a handful that registered. I thought, yeah, that would be a cool piece to kind of redo, and the one was the World Eater Marine stood on a plane of skulls.
Yeah.
So I think Kargos Blood Spitter is what they named him eventually. And to kind of do that now with what I've learned in the 20 odd years since I did that about technique and things, although I suspect I'll still prefer the earlier one. I mean, there's really, really bad pieces I've done that I wish oh God, I wish I could go back and redo that, simply because I don't like the fact that thing exists out in the world, you know, in its current state. But yeah, you know, any of those, you know, the workshop stuff I did in the mid-90s, I think a chance to go back and do a couple of them. So yeah, the Kargos would be good to do. Fabius Bile might be fun to do. I'd like to maybe redo some Eldar, because I had fun doing those back in the day. I mean, I know Workshop are doing Necromunda again. I had a blast working on Necromunda in '94 or whatever it was. Wouldn't mind doing Necromunda stuff again.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have loved it if you'd done the artwork for Mordheim. I think that would have been. I think that was the one thing about that game I loved Mordheim, but the artwork just really put me off. I know it had the tone they wanted to go for.
I'd sold my soul to video games by that point. I did 20 years of that, and I thought, all right, then enough of that. Come back to tabletop, to my first love. Although D&D is my first love, as we've already established.
Of course, because you said that one earlier.
Yeah, my subsequent. Look at the bigger picture of love.
We'll save the last question. Why don't you tell us more about your new game?
Oh, this thing.
Yeah, let's talk about that one.
I got a banner at last. My first ever banner. Exciting. I was working last year up to middle of the year at Riot Games. And I've reached a point in my career where, as much as I was enjoying the work and enjoying working in video games, I just sort of wanted to take a step back from that and develop something that I could call my own. So I went freelance, and after a month of just not really knowing what the hell to do, when somebody says, "Oh, you know, you can do anything now," well, where'd you start? Because I'm used to having a client or working to a brief, and like, oh, Jesus. So fortunately, I got a call from Andy Chambers saying, oh, I've just written a game with Ryan Miller, a guy from Magic, Wizards of the Coast game designer, and I found a publisher, Sam, at Games and Gears. we need an artist. You interested? And I said, I had nothing else on at all. I said, brilliant. What do I have to do? What's it called? So yeah, it was just then diving into this, and originally it was going to be, maybe we need 30 cards, 30 unique illustrations. I said, that's not too terrible. Oh, we need them in a month. Oh, that's a little terrible. And then it grew to 50 cards. 50. It was 100 cards in the game, 50 cards painted, and then the box cover and all the iconography and all the little buttons. It ended up being like a mammoth project over about. I managed to push them back to about 4 months. But it was an absolute blast because it was so collaborative, and because it was myself and Andy and Ryan just working together to give as much fun and flavour in this game. It turned into a real labour of love. So I had a really good time doing it.
You can see it is. The artwork's beautiful. We enjoyed playing it just a minute ago and having a great time doing it. And we obviously purchased it and everything and carrying on.
Oh, it's fantastic. What's been fun is watching people play who without any provocation, decide they're going to role play the whole thing.
Yeah.
So they'll if they're wearing a hoodie, they'll flip the hoodie up and they'll threaten each other place, and they'll do all the silly voices. So it's nice. I think the combination of the style, the premise of the game, and the pictures on the cards have sort of promoted that. So yeah, the reaction that we're getting has been fantastic.
Are there any more things you've got, projects in the future that you're looking to do, either to do with this or something else that you can promote? If not, we understand. We know the answer is going to be no for these things.
Well, certainly for we're already talking about what we want to do next with Dark Deeds. I'm hoping to be starting work on a proper full expansion before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And then myself and Andy are already talking about what do we want to do with the brand now, because the whole idea was to build a brand over a number of games. So the idea we do Dark Deeds 2, Darker Deeds of course. Darkest Deeds will be 3, and then Darkest Deeds Done Dirt Cheap might be the 4th one. Darkest Deadliest Dark Deeds.
Yeah.
It goes on and on forever.
Any D's, you can stop putting dumb in there after a while.
Dumb Dark Deeds.
Yeah, see, you can have
we want a drinking game called Drunk Deeds.
Well,
that should be happening at the bar later tonight. Actually, it doesn't really need write itself. So yes, we've all had a lot of fun doing it, and the freedom has been kind of intoxicating. Yeah. So I do have other projects on the go for other studios, and they're exciting and they're fun. But the fact is, I do what the hell I like with this. Kind of makes it a bit special. So.
Okay, and the final question. If you could go back and tell your younger self something to improve or to change about what you've done up till now.
Oh my God. Don't date a stripper.
Yeah, okay. Right, we've got that one.
Or a musician or an actress.
Okay.
Other than that, as an artist, stay in art school. Don't drop out of art school after 2 weeks because they had you painted with custard and gravy, which is what I did. Oh, and join a hair metal band. Yes. Don't do those things.
Stay in school, kids. I think that's what we're getting.
Stay in. And
it's too
not sure I'm doing that. No. Yeah. I mean, formal education in art gives you a great opportunity to just try your hand at everything.
Yeah.
And I was 19 years old and thought I knew it all. And I was there with my custard and my gravy going, I don't think Simon Bisley and Frank Frazetta ever did this. They probably did, but I didn't think they did. So yeah, I was at 19, I had a portfolio of artwork and I was just hawking around Cardiff trying to find jobs. And I guess at the time nobody was really doing that. And this was before the internet, before you could have a portfolio online. Yeah. So I knocked on the doors of HTV studios, and because nobody had done that before, they let me in and gave me a couple of TV shows to do illustrations for. And that was the beginning of it. But it was really, especially when I went to workshop, I didn't really know what I was doing. It was like an apprenticeship working there with people like John Blanche and Jez Goodwin and Wayne England, God bless him, around me. It was kind of, on-the-job training. Which is why when I look back a lot of that old workshop stuff, I go like, it's not very good, is it? Had I stayed at art college, put up with the custard and the gravy, I might have hit the ground running better when I went to workshop.
You've got in there, that's the main thing,
yeah.
So you had that point.
Yes, but stay in. I should have stayed in art college and not dated a stripper.
Not dated a stripper. Just a stripper, or did you date the other ones as well? Did you date a music? All three at the same time.
No, in quick succession.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolute pleasure meeting you too.
Fantastic. Bye.
See ya.
Basically, we're both quite excited at this point, so we're having a little bit of a moment, so don't mind us.
We both basically went through school copying your drawings.
Yeah.
So I went through school copying somebody else's.
Yeah.
Simon Bisley's and Rodney Matthews mainly. So